going to go back to Martin Luther King, and I'm going to start with economics because money talks, right? So what I am encouraging African Americans to do is to get themselves economically on sure footing. Now we're in an economic system that is quickly evolving and changing globally, right? But we as Black people in America must start to be very astute about that, because there is power in money. There is power in money. And where we put our economic dollars, that makes a difference. And that's one thing that we saw with this with the election of Obama. When that happened, Black people felt more empowered, not just by skin color, but by economics. So I would encourage Black people in America to become more economically sure-footed. Stop doing the things of wasting our money on things that are not going to move our generation, our next generation, into a more profitable and financially empowered and generationally empowered mode, right? Because when you do that, then you can start to talk globally. Then you're not just relying on the United States government to give you rights. You are empowering yourself and other people to move it stronger economically. So get your credit together. Push the envelope. When you find people or institutions are not treating you fairly economically for getting loans or things of that nature, push the envelope. Push the envelope. Ask them why. What is the situation as to why I'm not getting this loan and somebody else is? Okay, so that's what I think. That when Black people begin to empower themselves economically, there's going to be a shift, and we're seeing that already.
Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. That is where we conclude the first part. Now we move to the second part, which has to do with the economy, because that is very important.
Yes.
Now, can you tell me, what do you do within the area of marketing? This is a full episode of its own now.
Right. Well, here, I'm a very eclectic entrepreneur. My desire is to impact myself economically by doing the things that I love. So when I first began my career, and not just having a job, but my career, it's as a singer, songwriter, and recording artist, right? And so I make sure that I am marketing my music. So from that perspective, you've got to let people know what you do. And I think that that's what people get really hung up on, is the ability or the desire to tell the world, this is what I do. And it's so good, you should take a look, purchase from me, or do the same thing I'm doing. So from a marketing perspective, you have to be able to be willing to let people know what it is you do, no matter what that is. So as a singer, the way that I do that is I record, I package, and I introduce to the world what it is what my music is all about. I am also a travel professional. So I use my industry of travel to help me market my industry of music by traveling the world, letting people hear me sing, buy my music, and participate in what I do as a vocalist through the industry of travel as well. And I also believe in entrepreneurship. Even though it's great if you can have a position, a vocation, a job, but really people ought to start looking at, and Black people, I encourage absolutely to look at entrepreneurship, because the job is always going to have a default setting when it comes to money, right? Your salary is always going to be capped, period. Right? We know that there's a job and there's a salary that's attached to it. And so as long as you are in that job, you got a salary cap. And it doesn't matter if you are a customer service rep or if you are the president of the company, you are always going to have a salary cap. So you want to make sure that you are an entrepreneur as well, or go straight into entrepreneurship solely. And then you need to market your business. You got to tell people what it is that you do so that you can reap the reward, the financial reward of doing that. And I believe that no, whether you're doing something on the side small, or whether you're going full force, you're doing a startup of some sort, it is very important to enter the world of commerce as an entrepreneur. And you need to market yourself and let people know what it is that you do. You do it for everything else. You go to a restaurant, you go to a movie, you're telling people all the time about how great this thing was that you just did. But are you willing to do that for your own self? Are you willing to do that for your own business? How are you letting people know what it is that you do? And then you've got to be confident about it. You got to be able to say, yeah, my stuff is fantastic. My music is great. The way I travel is wonderful. You got to be able to tell people that what you have has value. So you must tell people about what you do, and you have to show them that what you do has value and can enrich their life as well.
Thank you so much for that, there, Bukeka. You see, in Obehi podcast, we are extremely passionate about our being able to take care of ourselves, whether we are looking at individual countries in Africa, which of course we also, is another argument that is quite hot here, because we are interested in government that are there for the people, not just the one that are representing the metropoles, the European government in Africa. For how many years now, since Africa got independent, many Africans, of course, we have remained in the same position. The government doesn't do what they say they are going to do. And because the people are not given the instrument to challenge them, they are cheated continuously. So for this, it is important, the conversation we are having today. But of course, we concentrate also in the African diaspora. It is important, absolutely important, that we take care of ourselves. Now, how would you describe digital entrepreneur? We're going to dive deep a little bit on this. Please help me.
Great. Well, as you know, the digital the digital world is alive and thriving, and it's equaled the playing field, which is what I love about the digital age that we're in. We don't have to rely on someone else to help us get our message out. As small as as an enterprise to just say, hey, I'm on this marketplace, on this social media platform or that social media platform, or to actually be able to use the digital marketing space in larger ways through streaming television, through various affiliate marketing programs, right? It is really even the playing field, because at that point, there is no color barrier in the digital world. It's all e-commerce, it's all commerce happening all the time. So I believe that digital marketing is very important for people to understand and to dive into. The way that people survive and thrive in the digital marketing space is to be consistent. You got to be in there, and you have to have a consistent message that is being broadcast on a regular basis. It doesn't matter if it's every hour or once a week, as long as you're consistent and people can rely on the fact that they're going to hear from Bukeka or they're going to hear from Obehi on a particular day and time or on a consistent basis, you are on an equal playing field in the digital space. You can reap commerce. You can have a following and have people really want to literally buy into what you are doing. So as human beings, we buy things, we purchase, we're gonna do that no matter what. That's gonna happen. So it's important that we now learn how to do that in the digital space, because then you open yourself up to the world, to all the billions of people that are on the planet, because billions of people are in commerce every day and people are buying something all the time. And so therefore, in the equal playing field of the digital marketing space, put yourself out there, be consistent, have a good message. And then it also goes back to having value and a product or service that is going to help someone, because ultimately, Obadiah, that's what we're here to do. We're here to help each other. I don't care if it's a cream. I don't care if it's a vacation. I don't care if it's music that inspires and motivates you. It's there to do something to improve or enhance or augment the life of someone else.